We're back, but this time with Joy News Interactive because Jennifer Jane Asante is here. JJ, you can call her JJ. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Katrina.
Oh, Mimo. No. Aisha.
These doctors are worrying us so.
They are worrying you.
I mean, a lot of people went to the hospital today and no doctor to take care of you.
Well, the doctors have concerns and they need to be addressed, so yeah.
Well, I think both of them, you know, if I listen to the expert right, I think both of them have to go to the right channel to resolve this rather than put the whole nation into this mess. Anyway, what are we interacting about?
Oh, well, we have a whole lot of issues to talk about. First among them is you having the special ability to say goodbye to the black polythene bag, you know, takeaway, because light plastics have been banned. Thousands of patients have been left stranded at some public hospitals across the country as the Ghana Medical Association goes on another strike. You heard Aisha talking about that on today's big story. We're wondering, how has it affected you?
Where I come from, there has never been a strike in a hospital. All grievances are solved on the table, not in the hospital rooms.
And your doom woes may become total doom if you are not legally connected to the electricity grid. We'll tell you about the ECG's mass disconnection exercise. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante, and you can tell me your opinion on all of these because this is Joy News Interactive, brought to you by Airtel and their amazing Too Much packs. Just dial *202# to access it now. If you don't already have a Too Much pack, you should get one because it will make it easier to join the conversation on Joy News Interactive. This is how you can do it on social media. Look for us on Facebook with the name Joy News on TV. That same name will find us on Twitter, where we tweet with the handle JNInteractiveGH. You could send us an email if you want. Send it to the address joynewsim@multitvworld.com, or send us a WhatsApp message on 0560 800,000. That's 0560 800000. Remember to add your name and where you're sending it from. Keep it short and sweet. Now, we appreciate your views, and we also want you to be much more involved in what we air. So if there's a social issue that bothers you or the community that you live in, just take a short video, you know, just 1 to 2 minutes, or you can take pictures and put them on our various social media sites, as I've just mentioned. Now let's start the conversation with the latest on the GMA strike, shall we? Some patients across the country waited helplessly to be attended to at a few public hospitals in the country. Joy News checked at the La General Hospital and found that doctors who had reported to duty were on hand to attend to patients. It was a different story at Ghana's biggest teaching hospital, though. The OPD had shut down. But this is only the beginning, as the doctors have threatened a mass resignation if government does not deliver on its promises. Now, all of this started after negotiations between doctors and government failed last night. Since then, however, presidential staffer Stan Dugbe has published what he describes as details of the striking doctors' demands on government. In a post on his Facebook page, Stan indicated the demands by the doctors go way beyond what they had put out in the public domain. So let's take a look at those demands, shall we? We've got them up there. It's a rather long post, so I can't read all of it now. But he seems rather surprised, and he goes on to list it. And then, as you can see, as I said, long post. And then going on, in addition to all of that, they want utility allowance and special risk allowance, professional allowance, vehicle maintenance, clothing allowance, overtime allowance. It goes on and on and on. And even he has to acknowledge that myjoyonline.com is an authentic news source. So we have a couple of comments on that. Awal says apparently it was agreed that there would be non-disclosure, and yet Stan has put it on Facebook. Immaculate says it wasn't honorable. Alexis says he's trying to play the public against the doctors. A reasonable post would have been to publish the government's counteroffer. He thinks it's propaganda. I mean, several people have commented on the issue on Facebook. You can comment on our Facebook page. Let us know what you think as well. All right. We have a rebuttal by one of the doctors who came across Stan Dogbe's post. He had some issues. We'll get to that later on, but let's take a look at our own Facebook page and see what comments you have put on that issue. Macante Matthew says, I've not personally visited any hospital, because we were asking how you've been affected by it. He says he hasn't visited any hospital, but he knows a lot of Ghanaians have been negatively affected by the decision of the doctors. Haruna in Tamale says, how many times must government be made to understand that in times of crisis involving doctors, it's ordinary citizens that suffer? Mohammed in Damango says, there's nothing good to talk about this strike. As a matter of fact, everything is wrong about the strike because health conditions of clients get worse. He's worried that people might actually lose their lives. Now, the Deputy GMA General Secretary, that's Dr. Justice Yankson, has been reacting to Stan Dogbe's post.
Where I come from, there has never been a strike in a hospital. All grievances are solved on the table, not in the hospital rooms. Going on strike is wrong, but their grievances have to be let.
We came very early so that we would leave quite early to attend to other businesses. But quite unfortunately, we came here, we have made all the payments. Since we are not having national health, they made us make all the payments, and we are here waiting. We have heard the rumors, but none of the nurses has come out to tell us that doctors are on strike.
From what I'm hearing, if they haven't been paid for months, then they have the right to go on strike. Although I'm not feeling well, they also have mouths to feed. And if you don't pay somebody for 9 months, I don't think the person should continue working.
You can tell she had been there a long time. Let's go back to Facebook and take a look at more comments that you have made. We've got also Amponsa Mora saying, if the government thinks the demands of doctors are too outrageous, they should wait until the doctors all resign. Lottie Jones thinks it's a dead goat syndrome activated, and well, he seems to think it a lot because he posted it quite a number of times. Says we can't pay your outrageous demands. And Akosia Gali says we need to differentiate between profession and vocation. Doctors should have some sense of empathy and not only work because of benefits, but for the love of their vocation. Money is not everything. Emmanuel says if all the governments could see and hear strike, then what do you do? After all, those we elected into power are even taking 70,000 plus all of those allowances. Baba Musa in Tamale says the real issue behind the GMA strike and block resignation threats, and he's wondering if the economy can sustain the demands, and what he has done basically is a copy and paste of Stan's post. So there it is. And again, he says that the demands are completely ridiculous and outrageous. He thinks they should come again. Abeku says he didn't go to the hospital today, but he thinks it would have a heavy effect on the sick people of Ghana. Now, do you remember this?
Plastics have become such a pollutant in our environment that if the producers of plastics don't do something about it, then we might have to go the Rwanda way. We need to come out with a solution to this plastic thing, or else then we must, if we can't handle and manage plastic waste, then we must ban it.
That was President Mahama just about 3 weeks ago, pretty aggrieved with the plastic waste situation. Now it's official. Light plastics as polythene bags have been banned. The ban will take effect in November this year as government is giving plastic producers and vendors 90 days to clear their stock. What have you been saying about this ban? Why don't we take your comments on social media, going straight to Facebook, and ooh, there it is, plastics. So we put the story up there and we have comments on the issue. First one is from Fatau Salah, who says, will the ban include electrical cables with light plastic materials? That's a curious question. Nia J is wondering which ones are the light and which are the thick, heavy or dark ones. I'm not sure it's a color thing. Lottie Jones is back and he is hard on the JM trail. Stonley says you rather have to ban pure water plastic that's causing more harm. Yelcida says before asking for an alternative, we should ask if we segregate or dispose of plastics after we use them. Our adaptive problems can only be confronted by radical solutions such as this. And he thinks it's a great move by the president. Whereas Israel's wondering where we're going. Mac Prophet says the blacks and the one for sachet water are the most worrisome, and he hopes that those will go as well. Mustafa Salia says Mahama uses our taxes that we pay to pay those who clean our cities. Oh, he should use them to pay those who clean the cities rather than doing this, which is what he calls concert. Okay, he says he wants light. Noakpo, God knows, Billy says it will minimize the filth. Raymond says great move. And John is wondering if nothing else could be done except to ban this. Akosia Gali likes the initiative. And Eric is asking if there is any other alternative. I have a couple of comments coming in through our WhatsApp platform, and this is Caesar from Jasso, who says if both the employer and the employees have acted illegally, there's no law that will hold them accountable for that by the Labour Commission. This may cost the loss of lives. Obviously, he's talking about the GMA strike. This is a good decision. Well done, Mr. President, but I don't know your name. Stepping into our WhatsApp group, where I have Nketia AJ Bernard, who says, on a lighter note, I think the government faltered by going to the negotiation table without any amicable solution to the grievances raised by the doctors. Solomon Kwabi says, no problem. We'll just go back to leaf packaging. All right. Another one coming in says, plastics, This government does not think about we the citizen. Are they banning it to provide employment or unemployment? Now out with plastics and now off with your electricity. The Electricity Company of Ghana is talking mass disconnections. ECG will embark on a nationwide disconnection exercise starting August 1st. This is to deal with illegal connections. ECG says the illegal connections lead to revenue losses.
It is hoped that the exercise will lead to reduction in system losses, improve power sales, and increase revenue collection during this load management period. This exercise has been designed to check the integrity of all meters and the integrity of our customer service connection. We therefore see this exercise as a national program and a patriotic duty.
So far, your comments on this one have been rather interesting. Look at what the people on the street said.
The illegal connections are done by their own people. So they should watch their internal mechanisms. One or two of them are bad nuts. They should try and sort it out there. But as for me, my light is connected correctly. So if they go out and sort those things out, I think it would regularize supply for everybody.
I think it's a good idea because, there's a lot of illegal connections, especially in the slum areas like Sodom and Gomorrah and the marketplaces. So when they detect such illegal connections and they disconnect it, it will really go a long way in preventing the fire outbreaks that we've been experiencing.
Who are those who are owning the meters? How did they acquire the meters? The meters were acquired from where? Was it not acquired from the ECG? So who gave them the meters? Are they not workers of the ECG? So if anything at all, it is supposed to be an internal thing. They have to look at it right from the top to the down, within their workers and not the consumers. Consumers are not doing anything because individuals cannot just fix meters and then be doing it. No, for that one I totally disagree. If there's any disconnection they have to do, then it means they have to sweep their house before they come to the street or somewhere to come and do these things.
Well, we have comments coming in. I'll start here. This one says, you only read your friends and family members' messages and ignore ours. Why? Well, I normally wouldn't have read this one because you didn't add your name or where you were sending it from. But so far, none of my friends or family members have sent in their comments. So let's go to Facebook. Larry says, this is good for us and the ECG as well. This will increase the government revenue and service will be better. It's a good decision by the ECG. Kwame Samoa says, citizens are facing the disconnection exercise already with this doom, so no need to come around to disconnect again. And he's shaking his head. Kekeli says, lynch them when they come to your house. Nonsense. We sleep in darkness 24 hours and you want to come disconnect the light. We're waiting for you. Or Kekeli, stop that. Stop it. Nana Boachi says, total sabotage. It's a crime against humanity. Apia says, please, ECG is doing what? Upon all their poor services in this country. And can they do this disconnection exercise in places like Nima, etc.? God have mercy on us. Oh, why? Biggie is saying, okay, we are waiting for them. Ekia Mensa believes they are jokes. Try and see if you guys won't be beaten. The doomso, pressor is already a disconnection, so why worry yourself? Not my hood, guys. Hey, why are you people so violent? Michael Eddy says, I beg, tell them they should never come to my house. Hey, okay, Danceman seems to be off limits to you, ECG. There's a humble African saying, since they heard the company is going to be privatized, they are now doing what they're supposed to do, right? They should also let state institutions pay or disconnect them so they can pay off their debts. Hashtag failed institution. Mohammed is waiting, so is Nane Sewa. Prince says, Yatiabre, ECG Doomso upon all. Okay. And Obapa says, after disconnecting two, they keep opening offices. What is the office for? In my area, there are 6 offices. And Katechie Kwame says they should come with helmets to protect their heads against... Hey. Okay. And the last one, I think I will pick from Akosia Girlie, who says, wow, very important. I buy credit for my prepaid meter, while the whole house using 1 meter uses electricity but has never bought credit since January 2015. Neither do they pay any fixed deficits. I sometimes feel a bit jealous, though I knew a time would come for disconnection. Well, Akosia, that time starts August 1st. It's now time for me to take a little break. When I come back, we'll see if you and I are still friends. Selby from Dunkwa says, if ECG will give us full light after the exercise, they should move on. But if not, then they should forget. And Deborah Stephen from Obaming says, what would be the substitute for these plastics? Well, while those issues are on your mind, let's find out what's trending on Twitter.
Well, 2 hashtags are trending today, Thursday, and one of them is hashtag Thursday Toli, and the other one says hashtag Don't Dog. Let me start with Thursday Toli, and this is coming from Ameji Mississanda, who tweets at Boabin Kwame, and it says, when you wash your face with water left in a mortar overnight, you'll end up seeing a ghost. Hashtag Thursday Toli. That 1st June kid who tweets at Kwesi Sparrow also says hashtag Thursday Toli. Your teeth break where you put your pillow under, it go turn money. Well, that's true anyway. We had that when we were kids. This coming from the journalist. He tweets at Kwame, and he says, back in SHS, we were told not to go to the loo at night because we might end up seeing a ghost reading graphic on the seat. Hashtag Thursday Toli. And this also coming from Brad King. He tweets at Nanaya Bonnie. He says, if you eat cashew and drink milk, you will die. Now that's some Toli over there. Also coming in for hashtag Thursday Toli. Let's move to Don't Doll. This one is coming from Omahin. He tweets at Projecting Africa. He says, ECG has given you light for 12 hours. Massa, hashtag Don't Doll. Charge all your rechargeable gadgets before you come and curse them here. Boy Kanye tweets at It's Brista. This is a conversation between President John Mahama and his vice, supposedly. And JM is seen saying, Pa, so can we win in 2016? And then the vice president comes in to say, oh, hashtag Don't Do, we go rig the election. This is coming from Barima Osei Asare. He tweets at Barima Osei Asare 1. Hashtag Don't Do, when you break bounds, sir, make classes far away, exams time, some shark be day your body. Hashtag Don't Do. This is coming from Mewu. He tweets at I am Vido. When they open the dining hall door for wachi and egg, hashtag Don't Do. The last one for hashtag Don't Do is coming from Rich Forever Music. He tweets at Rich Forever Music GH. He says, hashtag Don't Do, when he suddenly appear behind your chamber partner with this, and he gives us emoticons with those faces. That's it for what's trending. My name is Eko Sam.
Hey, chamber. I remember that. That was a long time ago. Something you used to do with friends. Now, some friends, it said, are closer than brothers or closer than sisters. You may be asking why I've shifted gear to talk about friends. Well, it's because today, 30th July 2015, is the International Day of Friendship. The International Day of Friendship was proclaimed in 2011 by the UN General Assembly with the idea that friendship between peoples, countries, cultures, and individuals can inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. So we decided to talk to the people nearest us to find out who a friend is.
You're my friend.
Am I really a friend?
Yes, I have. Yeah, look, you know, I regard people who advise me as friends.
Wow, I have a lot of friends. I don't want to alienate anyone by naming it. But yeah, I have a lot of friends.
I must say I've lost a lot of friends because of the work I do, the work we all do, because you don't get a lot of time to interact with them. Many of the times they call you and you are too busy to talk to them. They have serious issues. They have, for example, a good friend of mine got married 2 weeks ago. I couldn't attend his wedding.
You might think that because of the work, maybe we don't have time, but at least we try and make time, not just find time.
Friendship actually means a lot to me, really. I have some very good friends who are more like family, and it's so important. We fight, but they're so caring, and when I call you my friend, you are a friend for life.
So what does friendship mean to you?
What does friendship mean to me?
Yeah. Friendship
means I share a piece of me with you.
That's great. I think I'd like to relate with what Emma just said. When you're my friend for life. I don't like friends with benefits. No way. My name is Aisha Ibrahim.
My name is Jennifer Jane Asante.
Have a great evening.
Joy News Interactive was brought to you by
Airtel, the smartphone network.